Chapter 1. Bridge rounded the corner, expecting to find nothing but an open hallway. Instead, what he found was a hard right hand, landing flush on the bridge of his nose, knocking him down to the ground. He lay on the ground, moaning, feeling like he just got nailed with a hammer. He was then picked up by a couple of men, each grabbing one of his arms, dragging him backwards down the hallway until they finally entered another room. They sat him down in a chair and tied him up. Bridge opened his mouth to take a few deep breaths as he struggled for air. He opened his eyes wide and blinked a couple of times. He looked up at the lights, somewhat surprised he wasn't sitting in darkness. There was a man in an expensive-looking suit leaning up against the wall, just looking at him. Bridge winked at him. "You the guy in charge of these gorillas?" The guy smiled, appreciating Bridge's sense of humor at a time like this. "Charming, aren't you?" "I do my best." The man left the wall and walked over to Bridge, slapping him across the face. Bridge moved his jaw around to mask the pain. "Now that wasn't very friendly," Bridge said. The man smiled again. "It wasn't, was it? But it was kind of fun. Someone should try taking you to an amusement park or something. That's a lot more fun. How about we just stop the games and you tell me what you're doing here?" Nothing, really. I just took a wrong turn down the hallway and got lost. Honest." "You expect me to believe that?" "I wouldn't lie to you." "I know why you're here." "And why all the questions?" "I want to see how honest you are." "How are you liking my answers so far?" "Not very much. You seem like a man who likes to play games." "Me? No." Bridge shook his head. "Hate games, unless we're talking card games. I like card games, some of them anyway. Poker's my favorite, especially strip poker if you're playing with the right company. But there are plenty of other card games that are good too. Blackjack is a favorite. 5-card stud, rummy, solitaire. There are a couple of lesser-known ones that are pretty good too. I could teach you if you want." "I don't think so." "Oh, you were talking board games? Oh, well, in that case, Monopoly is a proven winner. Stratego, that's a little-known winner right there. Or Scrabble, everyone loves Scrabble. Or how about Trivial Pursuit? But there are all kinds of trivia associated with that one. You could do a music one, or a movies one, or even television. Or they even have ones for certain brands, like Star Wars, or Friends, or maybe even Garfield. You know what I mean?" The man sighed. "I think you like to talk too much." "Well, it does help to pass the time, depending on the circumstances." In this case, Bridge was just trying to keep talking to give Nicole enough of a chance to get to him. This wasn't exactly how the plan was supposed to shake out, but maybe it would still work anyway. They were in a nightclub, the owner of which had ties to several different criminal organizations. He was also responsible for stealing a rare antique that Bridge's client hired him to take back. It wasn't an especially complicated job. It was just one that required getting the owner and the rest of his men out of his office in order to snatch it. Bridge's job was supposed to be keeping everyone busy and concentrating on him, while Nicole got into the office and took the antique. This wasn't exactly how they drew it up. "So you want to tell me who you are and why you're sneaking around here?" Would you believe it if I told you my name was Bond? James Bond?" The man smiled, finding Bridge very amusing. "If you happen to get out of here in one piece, which at this point I'd say is very doubtful, you may want to think about switching careers and becoming a comedian. I think it suits you. Because being a thief, well, that's not working out for you so much." "You know, I kind of agree with that. Maybe you and me can go on tour together. I can kind of practice my ventriloquism, and you can be my dummy partner." Bridge had a huge smile on his face. "What do you say?" The man moved his mouth to the side, contemplating his next move. He tried to hold back a laugh to prevent Bridge from continuing his shtick. "So who are you, huh? What's your name? And don't give me that Bond nonsense again." "Some people call me John." "John what?" "Bon Jovi."